Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Dance. We are playing more Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did the Weaver quest, we did the Letter Workers quest line. Today we're going to go into the Weaver's quest line. Of Stormblood. We are finally closing in on finishing all the fucking crafting quests. Lynn, just the person I was hoping to see. Trust you've been keeping your needlework as sharp as ever? But of course you have. You didn't become my foremost protege by slacking in your studies now, did you? Anyhow, I was just on my way to meet a most promising prospective business partner, and I believe he'd be most interested in making your acquaintance. The man in question is the young master of Daitenya, a purveyor of traditional fabrics and garments in Kugane, far to the east. Having recently taken over the family business from his father, he's traveling the world to seek out new fashions and trends that he might introduce to his homeland. An admirable goal, would you not agree? I get to present the guilds to our client in the best possible light. He gets to meet one of our finest, and you get a rare first-hand look at Far Eastern needlecraft. I dare say there's something in it for everyone. So, what say you? That's why I like you, Lynn. Why don't you go on ahead and give our man a warm welcome to Ul'dah? As he expressed an interest in seeing our markets, I propose that we meet at a Ruby Road exchange. You will doubtless recognize him by his traditional Eastern garb. Go along, and I shall be with you as soon as I've tied up a few loose ends around the guild. Can you imagine teleportation in real life? That'd make my life a lot easier, that's for sure. Yes, I'm Keimei of Daitenya, purveyor of the finest kimono in Kugane. Do I have the honor of speaking to Redolent Rose of the Weaver's Guild? Good day, Lynn. I see you had no trouble finding our esteemed guests. Welcome to Ul'dah, Master Keimei. I am Redolent Rose, and the honor is all mine. This is Lynn Adair, one of the most talented young weavers I've personally had the pleasure of training. I trust you've had the chance to take in the sights a bit. Should you have any questions regarding Ul'dah's fashion or Ul'dah fashion or custom, any at all, Lynn here would be all too happy to answer them. Isn't that so, Lynn? A most generous offer, Redolent Rose. Master Rose, I must confess. Though my companion and I arrived but a short time ago, we have seen colors and patterns we've seen colors and patterns so many and wondrous that we are still feeling a measure overwhelmed by it all. One thing, however, is certain. This land does not lack for visual stimulation. It is as the young master says. I was particularly taken with the dress of the dancing girls, and the manner in which it served to bring out the feminine grace of their movements. I must agree, though they did seem to expose the skin more than we are accustomed to seeing. No doubt this is in large part due to the warmer climes. My homeland of Ingashi, we have a saying, a clouded moon blossoms in the rain. To put it in your tongue, one might say, beauty obscures. Obscured is all the more beautiful. Fuck. In dress as well. Modesty is the highest of virtues. I fear the garments we have seen may be a bit too bold for my countrymen. I see. Yes, when introducing new fashions to a new land, one would be remiss not to consider matters of culture and climate alike. To that end, mayhap the more conservative garb of Ishgard might be a more suitable starting point. Ishgard, though I have never traveled there myself, the tales I have heard say that snow and ice cover the lands in all seasons. I can only imagine the silks of such a nation would not overexpose the flesh. Without seeing them with my own eyes, of course, this is little but speculation. Funny you should say that, my friend. There's a ball to be held at the palace not bells from now, and a delegation from the Holy See is scheduled to attend. What better opportunity to see the finest fashions our neighbors to the north have to offer? A chance to witness his guardian attire firsthand right here in Ul'dah? This is the most fortuitous timing indeed. If it would not be too much of a burden, my companion and I would like nothing more than to take up on your most kind offer. Say no more. It will be Lynn's pleasure. She'd also be happy to share with you her wealth of knowledge on Ishgardian aesthetics. Wouldn't you, Lynn? I told you she was the best we had. If you're looking to get the best view of the procession, the Royal Promenade should be just the spot, and I suggest you hurry along. There'll be no shortage of would-be spectators, I imagine. Thank you both for your kindness, Mr. Adair. My companion and I will await you at this Royal Promenade. Did you hear that, Lynn? In case the gravity of the moment has been lost to you, we stand on the verge of a potentially historic moment in the guild history. Should Master K may take a liking to us, Uldan Fabrics will find a new audience across the Ruby Sea, and in turn we will be able to bring the exotic fashions of the Far East to the Sultanate. No, to all of Eorzea. I've not felt this inspired since I can't even remember when. I must return to the guild and put the designs in my head to parchment at once. Now hurry to our client side, Lynn. I'm counting on you. You lift me up. Ah, Mrs. Adair, you have come at a perfect time. Are those two gentlemen not part of the Guardian delegation? Oh, not him. Not him. I say, how can anyone abide this infernal heat? If they'd had the courtesy to inform me in advance, I would have worn something that breathes a bit more. Why, if I have a mind to go change into something more comfortable. My lord, if I may be so bold as to remind you, 'tis the very purpose of displaying this attire that House Halenar deigned to participate in these festivities. Lord Artoral would not approve if you were to. Yes, yes, I'm not daft, Honorwa. Go against brother's wishes? A fury forbid. Now, whatever's keeping my lady. So it is for her, and her alone, that I humoured my brother's request. Do not say a word. My lady, as ever I find myself without the words to properly convey the elegance before mine eyes. Truly, you are a rose among the weeds, your beauty blossoming even in this God's-forsaken desert. Ahem, but I forget my manners. Might I, Amandine de Fortams, have the honour of escorting you to the ballroom? If only you could show such poise on the battlefield. Did you say something, my lady? You seem pensive somehow. Mayhap you are feeling less than confident about your dancing abilities? Worry not, I shall take the lead, and you need but follow. Do take heart, Lady Leniette. I can say with some confidence that dance is mayhap the one discipline in which Lord Amandlane's actual ability measures up to his words. And this is supposed to comfort me? At least on the battlefield I could hold my own against this. Bah! The ignominy of it all. Oh, this is horrible. So, those are the sort of garments favoured in Ishgard. Indeed, they exude a reserved, tasteful elegance. This is doubtless a reflection of the long history and traditions of this nation, both similar and different from our own. Clad in such robes, any man or woman would surely look as if they were born into nobility. The garment worn by the red-haired girl was most exquisite indeed. Pray tell, whatever might it be called? A bustle, you say? The word is unfamiliar to me. Still, I could scarce take my eyes off it, what I would not give for one of my very own. Oh-ho, then I suppose I must move forward with the proposed arrangements. Let us return to the guild at once and settle the details with Master Rose. Mr. Solaire, your guidance and company have been most appreciated. I trust we will be seeing more of each other in the days to come. Till then. The young master tells me you are a hero who has travelled this realm far and wide. This is true, yes? I can only imagine the gorgeous robes and gowns your eyes have seen. The young master also tells me you are a talented weaver in your own right, who has fashioned no ends of wonders. Would that one day I might clad this humble body in one of your creations. But I forget myself. Till we meet again, my friend. I mean... Just tell me what to make for you and I'll make it. As long as you provide the materials, of course. I knew I could count on you, Lin. Allow me to announce the momentous news. Our guild has entered into an exclusive trade partnership with Daitenya of Kugane. Mr. Sadair, thanks in no small part to your generous guidance at the promenade, I am pleased to say the negotiations went most smoothly. Our esteemed guest and his companions were both most taken with your aesthetic sensitivities. Is that not so, Master Keimei? It is indeed. Master Rose spoke quite passionately about the many wonders you have wrought for your clients. Can scarcely wait to entrust you with a commission of my own. Though the journey is a long one, it would be our honor to welcome you to Kugane one day. Would it not, young master? It most certainly would be. And with that, we had best be on our way home. Master Rose, Mrs. Adair, we look forward to a long and fruitful partnership. Well done, and yes, I do believe this marks the start of a new era for our guild. Mind you, this means we, and by we, I mean primarily you, must work harder than ever. Your wares will be the face of our guild in a whole new land, after all. And we simply must make a good impression. I'm so tired of these crafting quests. I'm sorry. Ah, Lin, you must see the shipment of silks that just arrived from our new friends from across the Ruby Sea. Simply exquisite, if I do say so myself. Can scarcely wait to see what wonders our weavers might work with them. Ah, but before that, there is a most important task at hand. The package also contained a letter from Daitenya, personally requesting your presence in Kugane to oversee a series of commissions that, in Master Keimei's own words, could forever shape the fashion trends of our nation. A rather unusual request, but one that speaks to the importance of the client and Master Keimei's own uncompromising devotion to the quality of his wares. I can see no reason to refuse. It will, needless to say, entail a long and wearying journey, but you wouldn't think of turning down an opportunity to study the fashions of the Far East, and to curry favor with a valuable business partner in the process, would you? Of course you wouldn't. I look forward to seeing what wonders you might work with your needle the next time you meet. Godspeed, and do convey my regards to Master Keimei. I think it also doesn't help that it's just so fucking warm. It's so warm. But I really want to record. I want to be done with these things so I can do the patches and then have other weekly content to do, because there's still more of that. Mr. Stadair, it is a pleasure and an honor to welcome you to Kugane. I trust that your journey was not an unpleasant one. Allow me to explain why I've summoned you all the way to these shores. Mayhap you remember the most exquisite Ishgardian bustle we saw at the ball in Ul'dah. I would commission from you a similar garment, that I might gift it to a certain Geiko who struck my fancy. Ah, but forgive me, our culture and tongues are still unfamiliar to you. No doubt, trained in the traditional arts of song and dance, the women we call a Geiko entertain at feasts, banquets and the like. You might think of them as akin to the dancing girls of your land, albeit clad in more modest dress. It is a popular pastime among the moneyed class of Kugane to seek out a young Maiko, as Geiko in training are known, and become her patron, lending her whatever support one might, seeing a faltering child blossom into a beautiful flower, and knowing that you played part in her journey, is a pleasure like none other. I am pleased to say that a particular Maiko, whom I took under my wing some time ago, has formally been promoted to the position of Geiko. At first I thought to present her with the finest kimono from my own stock, but where would the romance be where would be the romance in that? No, to truly do justice to the occasion, I would gift her with a dress fashioned by one of Eorze's most renowned weavers. That would be you, Mrs. Adair. This is a new age, my friend, and it is past time the people of Kugane opened their eyes and hearts to the culture and customs of the West, where it is written that my precious butterfly cannot perform a Hingan dance clad in Ishgardian silks. Nowhere, I say. As a fellow aesthete, surely you agree. Now, I would have you speak to the girl in question, that you might best tailor your work to both her form and her needs. You'll find her in Sanyo Hanamachi, the flower district, as one might say in your tongue, where she and her fellow Geiko reside. Mrs. Adair, Master Keimei said he would call for you, but I did not believe he would come. You've proven me wrong. And for this, I'm grateful. I am Kotocho. Do not speak of this with Master Keimei, but in truth, commissioning from you a dress of the Ishgarian tradition was not his idea, but my own. To make a name for oneself here in Hanamashi, mere skill at song and dance will not suffice. No, one must possess a unique quality, something to catch the eye of the audience, to stand above and distinguish oneself from the shrubs and the weeds. Master Keimei was quite taken with my idea. I would have been content with the dress alone, but he insisted on bringing you here in person, that you might tailor it especially to me. You do us both a great honor for this, and for this we thank you. I have but two simple requests. The bustle should be of the same color as the kimono I now wear, with a pattern evoking the wings of a butterfly. That is the meaning of my name, you see. A name given to me for my ephemeral beauty. Master Keimei will furnish you with the materials you require. It is said that a geiko's kimono is as a suit of armor to a samurai, and let me assure you that the battles fought here in the Hanamachi are as fierce as those fought on any battlefield. The dress you fashion for me will be my armor. I place my very life in your hands. You have spoken with Kotocho, I presume. What manner of dress did my butterfly request of you? Frills akin to a butterfly's wings. A most inspired idea, if I do say so myself. Kotocho is an ambitious girl, and most particular about the garments she wears. It is no small task, but I have full confidence in your ability to fashion a dress that will help her rise above the crowd. Needless to say, Daitenya is honored to provide you with any materials you require free of charge. You need but speak to my man Yagiri here, and inform him of your needs. Daitenya welcomes you, honored guests. I am Yagiri. The young master has instructed me to provide you with the materials you require for his butterfly special. I do believe this should suffice. The young master has imported some of the finest Rodan silks especially for this occasion. Should your work and the Kotocho's dancing prowess capture the public eye, he believes that a new wind will blow in Kagane, so to speak. It is his dream to see the girl become the face of a new age of aesthetic ideals. That said, not all approve of the young master's aspirations. When he first declared his intention to deal in Eorzean fabrics and fashions, the reaction from some of Kagane's more conservative artisans and merchants was far from encouraging. Still, Master Keimei will not be deterred in his vision, and those of us who share his sensibilities would have it no other way. May the Kami guide your needle, that Daitenya might usher in a new era in Higashi. Should you require additional fabrics, you need to say the word. I love fashion. I love refrigerators. It's such a good video. The job is done, you say. Splendid. My heart has not stopped pounding since you began work. You must show me what you have wrought before it bursts. A bustle dress of your guardian design, featuring extra hoops and springs to prevent unsightly sagging. Remarkable. Why, it is so light and gossamer, it seems about to take flight. I would have Kotocho try it on at once. Yagiri, send a messenger to Hanamachi with all haste. Show me that lady in that dress, please. What say you, young master? Does it suit me? Beyond my wildest dreams, my dearest Kotocho, the inimitable elegance of an Ishgardian countess, combined with the fragile grace of a fluttering butterfly. You shimmer and shine with the beauty of two worlds, brought together as one. Wear this dress at your first public appearance as a geiko, and all in attendance will lose themselves in rapturous bliss. I'm certain of it. You are most kind, young master. I fear that such extravagant attire might not suit me, but my fears are no more. I am honored to begin my new life as a geiko with your most exquisite creation, Mr. Sodair. To the both of you, this I promise. I will not let your generous gift go to waste. Yes, Kotocho shall spread her wings and fly high, ushering in the winds of change to Kagane. Nice. Ah, Mr. Dare, I cannot thank you enough. It would be no overstatement to say that your bustle has swept the discriminating patrons of the Hanamashi clear of their feet. Though she may likely experience a name value of what the fuck? Though she may lack the experience and name value of her seniors, there we go, Kotocho's services are in the highest of demand. As proof of this, my butterfly has received the most prestigious of invitations, a call to perform at the inaugural Kaiko Odori. The Kaiko Odori is to be a celebration of the opening of Kugane's port to the world, an ideal opportunity to introduce our cultural traditions to foreign dignitaries and luminaries who have just recently arrived on Hinken shores. One of the most accomplished and celebrated geiko are being chosen for this occasion. For a fledgling such as Kotocho to receive the call, this can only be a sign that a new dawn is breaking before our eyes. And my butterfly makes her debut to the world. Before the world, none but the finest dresses will do. Might I commission your services once more, Mrs. Adair? I would trust the job to none other. As before, the particulars of the design I shall leave to Kotocho herself. Clearly the girl possesses an unparalleled eye for fashion. Pray visit her in the Hanamachi and see what she has in mind. I seem to remember doing this quest because it was always just running back and forth between this guy and the girl back here. And I found it to be quite annoying. It is an honor to welcome you back, my friend. The bustle you fashioned for me has caught the eye of many. Night after night am I summoned by the wealthiest merchants and landowners of Kugane, who would spare no expense to spend the night in my company. But why limit myself to my own countrymen, when there is a whole world out there to enthrall and entrance? If I can win the favor of our honored guests at the Kaiko Odori, there's no telling the heights to which I may soar. Dreams I never dare to dream will be within my reach. However, one matter concerns me. I am accustomed to dancing in inns and tea-houses, and yet these festivities will be held outdoors, under the open sky. I wonder, what manner of dresses are preferred for such an occasion in your homeland? Why don't let your shoulders breathe? You do not think that would better suit the girls in the pleasure district? Forgive me. I understand that the orders and customs differ from my own. Doubtless the sort of dress you speak of would make an impression. Whatever would one call such a garment, might I ask? A spring dress, you say? How very delightful. It calls to mind cherry blossoms dancing and twirling in a gentle breeze. Why, the very thought sets my heart aflutter. But do not forget, my friend, light and airy though it may be, this dress will serve as my armor in my fiercest battle yet. I'm counting you to see that I emerge triumphant. Do pass along my regards to the young master. You know, at least like the texture long enough for me to like read out loud to the point that my sprint comes back. Welcome back, Mrs. Adair. Do tell, what manner of dress do you intend to fashion for my butterfly this time? A dress that flutters like petals in a spring breeze. How absolutely delightful. I can only begin to envision what you have in mind. But surely it will evoke a sense of freedom and frolic entirely unlike our traditional kimono. Please, begin your work with my blessing. As before, I have instructed Yagiri to provide you with all the fabric you require. May the Kami be with you, my friend. I can scarcely wait to see what wonders your needle will work this time. Welcome back, honored guest. Say no more. The young master has told me everything. It is my honor to furnish you with the finest fabrics from my stock. Thanks in no small part to your masterwork, Kotocho has become the darling of the flower district, and orders for Western fashions have been coming in night and day. The young master can be reserved in showing his emotions, but even he is finding it difficult to contain his joy. Needless to say, we at Daitenya are honored to support your efforts in whatever humble matter we may. Should you like the materials, you need but say the word. Seductive bustier? Oh no, I just noticed that. Uh-oh. Stinky. Not really stinky, no. More a sense of like, this guy's not gonna be able to handle it. Your work is done. Splendid. Pray show me what marvel you have fashioned for my butterfly today. A beautiful dress crafted with only the finest materials. This is simply stunning, my friend. I knew you would not let us down. That said, is the neckline not a touch low? No matter, we must summon Kotocho at once. Yagiri send a messenger to Hanamachi. Oh man. It's like, exposed knees! Oh no! It's the kind of thing I'm dealing with. Young master, Mrs. Adair, what say you? I say nothing, my butterfly, for your unspeakable beauty has robbed me of all my words. My words by the neckline were for naught. The slender grace of your shoulders, why, you are as the delicate orchid blooming in the warmth of the spring sun. Yes, I can see it now. When you dance for the world at the Kaiko Dodori, a spring breeze will blow down from the mountains high and sweep Hingen and Ijin alike into a glorious rapture. Your words make me blush, young master. It is by your patronage and the talents of Mrs. Adair that I have come this far. But I assure you, this is only the beginning. When I take the stage at the Kaiko Odori, a new legend will be born. A legend? I trust this means you will not be tripping over your own 2 feet, as you did at yesterday's lesson. And the day before, for that matter. Forgive me, Katatsuri. I meant no disrespect. I know your dancing ability far exceeds my own, but... must you be so cruel about it? I speak only the truth, a truth that all can see. I'll save this 2-koban rag merchant and the amateur aesthetics who waste their coin on a clumsy child who hides her shameful lack of skill with gaudy and cultured garb. Why, I may be a child, and my skill at dance may yet be lacking, but I'm training as hard as any in the Flower District. I'm winning hearts with each passing day. Every night, new customers flock to see me. New customers, I ask you this, my clumsy little caterpillar. How many of them come back? You're a curiosity, an oddity, and little more. One night with you and your outlandish dresses, and they've had their fill for a lifetime. There are only so many patrons, wealthy patrons in the Kugane, and they value tradition. Fail to win their hearts, and your career will be as fleeting as the cicada, who will not live to see the autumn. But I must be on my way. My customers are calling. That was Katatsuru, the most senior and celebrated of all the Geiko. She is also the one charged with training her younger sisters, though she can be something of a harsh taskmistress, as you just saw. I'll show her. There's more to being a Geiko than stuffy old traditions. I may still be young, but I am the future of Kugane. I was her high atop the Flower District, long before that fussy old crane has come home to roost. She can keep her stuffy old bureaucrats and merchants. I require no more than the young master and Mrs. Adair at my side. Kotocho's star is rising, and at the Kaiko Dodori, it will shine brightest of all. In this cutscene, it looks like this guy's wearing a hat because of the lamp. Looks like he has like his hair line just goes over here and then straight down. Mrs. Adair, you will be pleased to hear that the Kaiko Odori was a rising success, and the thanks in no small part to you, of course. Kotocho was the star of the show. Sorry, I'm having hiccups. The foreign dignitaries in attendance were positively smitten with the sight of a Geiko performing a traditional Hinken dance clad in a striking Eorzean dress, a true fusion of East and West, the old and the new. What's more, ever since then, the inns and tea houses of the Flower District are packed with Ijin customers, many of whom ask for a butterfly night after night. So much for Katatsuri and her haughty words of warning. With the popularity ever burgeoning, my butterfly has received another prestigious invitation. This time none other from the Bugyo himself. Kugane's highest magistrate will be holding an exclusive banquet at his estate for official guests of state, and he has called on a select group of Geiko to entertain him. If Kotocho can win the favor of the Bugyo and his associates, none will be able to dismiss her as a passing fancy destined to vanish like the foam in the water. Needless to say, the importance of the occasion has not been lost on the dear girl. She has asked me for another gift, and who am I? Who are we to refuse? I humbly request that you call upon her at her residence in Hanamachi, and take note of her every wish. I see. Can you believe this, Mr. Adair? Katatsuri insisted I attend the Bugyo's banquet in a traditional silk kimono. What right does she have to make such a decision? She is senior to me, yes, but I am my own woman. Tell her what you have taught me, friend. Tell her that my boldness is an indispensable part of what makes me, me. There you go again, Kotocho, dragging others into your petty squabbles. Can you not see this foreigner has more important matters on her mind? Pray forgive Kotocho her rudeness, Mrs. Adair. She cannot help being the petulant little girl she is. There you go again, Katatsuru. Always thinking you know what's best for me. I am dragging Mrs. Adair into nothing. She fashions her masterworks for me because she believes in me and my dream, as Master Keimei does. Is it not so? I think you're just jealous. Jealous because I am wearing inspired fashions from across the Ruby Sea, while you're still trotting out that fussy old kimono. Poor child. Clearly, my teachings were for naught. But I will deign to teach you one final lesson. This is what I propose. Let us compete to see which of us earns the favor of the Bugyo. Challenge accepted. You will eat your words and your moth-eating kimono both when the student outshines his teacher. Such confidence. I take it then you will not be opposed to the conditions. The loser will immediately renounce her position and return to the scullery as an apprentice. Ah, but look at the time. A customer calls. Do not try to trip over your own feet when you practice now. Ah, finally, I swear! When Karatsuri stands beside me, the air is so stuffy with musty old tradition that I can scarcely breathe. But a new wind will blow in Kagane, and bold youth and individuality will win the day. I will see to this. And you will help me, yes? I would have you fashion the most eye-catching dress unimaginable. Something that will make that old hag shrink from the mere sight. Perhaps something like, what was it the dignity spoke of? The piece favored by his favorite dancing girl? A Naphtharian bustier? Was it? Well, whatever it is called, that is precisely what I want. You will make it for me, yes? In my favorite color, of course. Tell the young master that this is truly a life or death battle for his butterfly. We can afford no... we can afford to spare no expense. And now I must return to medicine. I'm counting on you, Mrs. Adair. Ba ba bum bum ba ba dum ba da. You have spoken with my butterfly, I presume. What manner of dress does the girl seek this time? A dress even more revealing than that worn by the Uldan dancing girls? What is this strange sensation I feel in my chest? As always, the finest fabrics in our inventory are at your disposal. What will you require? Oh dear. It's between the two of us. Silk of quality befitting my butterfly is not cheaply had. And yet, long as Kotocho's star continues to rise, the demand for Western fashions will spread and our profits will only grow. A contest with Kodatsuru, you say? With a loser forced to start a career over from the lowest rank of the Geiko ranks? This is most concerning, to say the least. But no one's trust in my butterfly. The girl has not achieved all she has by walking the well-trodden path, and my own confidence and boldness, and daring, must be equal of hers. You may follow Kotocho's orders to the letter, and do so with my blessing. Their gear will provide you with all that you require. May the Kami guide your needle, Mrs. Adair. Welcome back, honored guest. The young master told me that you would be returning. Here are the fabrics he has set aside for you. This silk is quite costly, this I know. But are you certain that such a limited quantity will suffice? It only covers the... Forgive me, friend, I meant no disrespect. You must understand that we in Engashi have but recently become exposed to the cultures and customs of your homeland. Judging from what I have seen of your work, I have no doubt that any garments you fashion will be an exquisite piece of unparalleled quality and good taste. Should you require any more fabric, you need but speak the word. Oh boy. Showing traditional Japanese. This amount of skin. Yeah. We'll see if this man will survive the encounter. I must say, Mrs. Adair, my heart is still... The dress is complete, you say? Pray show it to me without delay. A bustier of Stefanarian design, cut low to distract potential business clients, thus providing the upper hand in negotiations. It's lovely, my friend, but where's the rest of it? But it is just as I envisioned it. We simply must have my butterfly tried on at once. Kotocho! Kotocho! What say you, my friends? Kotocho! Forgive me. It was a bit too much for my senses to take it all at once, but now I see it all. I see your resolve and determination as never before. If you would bear your passion in full, know that you will have my unwavering support. You're too kind, young master, and Mrs. Adair. You have truly outdone yourself this time. So light and airy, why I feel as if I could take flight this very instant. My battle with Karatsuru is all but won. That is the spirit, my butterfly. Do not let that one fluster you. Breathe deeply and show the Bugyo the fruits of your training, and Mrs. Adair's masterpiece will surely do the rest. Thank you, my friends. Mark my words. My performance will be daring and bold as the dress you have given me. you have gifted me. I will dance as I have never danced before. Forgive me, I seem to be short of breath. No doubt it is simply anxiety I'm feeling in anticipation of my butterfly's most formidable trial yet. I'm sorry, Mr. Adair, but I'm feeling rather faint. Would you be so kind as to keep me company here until my butterfly returns? I'm out of breath from doing that voice line. But there's not a lot of air currently in my room. It's because it's so warm and it's like less air. Less airflow too. I have my window opened up, but yeah. Thank you for the company, my friend. I would have surely passed out hours ago were you not here at my side. Whatever's keeping Kotocho, surely the banquet is long over by now. Could it be that? No. My butterfly was triumphant. I'm sure of it. Gah. Can't stand the anticipation no more. Let us split up and find the girlfriend. I'll make for the Bookier's estate. Might you search the piers? I've known Kotocho to look over the ocean there when she wants to clear her mind. Mrs. Adair, whatever brings you here? Forgive me for worrying you so. I do not deserve your kindness. Oh, my butterfly, thank the Kambi you are safe. When you did not return after the banquet, I feared the worst, but pray tell, how did you fare in your constant Karatsuri? Forgive me, young master, it is all over, after all you have done for me. I failed you, my friends. The best the Mrs. Adair made for me was perfect, of course. All the blame lies with me. I was not worthy of it. The moment I stepped on the stage, all eyes in the audience fell on me. I saw the looks of shocked surprise on their faces, and before I knew it, my mind was blank. My body froze. If only I had given my training the same attention as my attire, I might have salvaged a performance worthy of the occasion. Ugh, what a fool I am. Finally, you learn. Pity it is too late. That dress, or whatever you call it, is a marvel indeed, but I fear you also made a fatal error of judgment, my girl. The honored guests of the Bugyo nearly to a man hailed from Rajasthan. The sight of a scantily clad dancing girl is nothing new to them. They may have been amused to see the fashions of their homeland on display here in Kagane, but make no mistake, that is not what brought them here. They came to our shores to feast their eyes and ears on traditional Hingan song and dance. Yes, the tradition that you are so quick to scorn. But worry not. You will have plenty of time to learn to appreciate it in your second apprenticeship. Watch closely and have the humility to learn from those around you, and mayhap you will reclaim your position on your own merits. I, for one, would welcome that day. I should have known. I was never Karatsuri's equal. Karatsuru, sorry, not Karatsuri. She sees clearly all that I was blind to, the truth of my clients, of trends and fashion, even of myself. For all her harsh words, she was only looking out for me, doing all she could to teach me the ways of the world. And yet I responded with the insolence and impudence of a child. Even still, she never gave up on me, not even today. I will not forget the lessons I have learned. I will carry them in my heart at all times as I start over from where I began. But one day I might spread my wings and fly once more. Master Kame, after all you have done for me, in the end, I brought nothing but shame to you and your family's business. But I will not ask for your forgiveness. No, for I must show by my deeds that I am truly deserving of it. I promise that my flower will bloom once more. It will wait until that day, yes? Ah, but of course, my sweet butterfly. To see you pursue your dreams with such single-minded devotion, the shackles of custom and tradition be damned. It has filled me with a new sense of purpose. Perhaps your rise was too swift, too striking for the state? Is that a word? Uncultured masses. But this I know. Stay true to yourself, and devote yourself to your training, and your era will come. It is but a matter of time. Thank you, my friends, and now I must return to my quarters and gather my belongings. Farewell, young master. Mrs. Adair, till we meet again. I put on a smile for Kotojo's sake. but to speak the truth, I am at something of a loss right now. I would return to my store and collect my thoughts. Pray, stop by later. There are matters we should discuss. Thank you for coming, my friends. To be quite honest, I fear for what will become of our business without Kotocho to lure in potential customers and draw attention to our Western fashions. Still, there is naught to do but hawk our wares and hope that our butterflies stay in the apprentice ranks will be short-lived. In the meantime, pray continue to heighten your aesthetic senses and hone your craft. When Kotocho regains her status, I would gift her with a garment worthy of the occasion. Mr. Sadair, I have the most wonderful news. Our butterfly is a Geiko once more. Kotocho devoted herself to even the most menial of her tasks with such diligence that she quickly won over even the strictest of her seniors. She'll make her triumphant return at the Kugane Odori, the greatest spectacle in our fair city, where veteran Geiko and fledgling Maiko alike take the stage in a vivid display of all the cultural riches the Hanamachi has to offer. The festivities are held once each year, and as tradition goes, the Geiko who earns the highest acclaim takes her place atop the flower district until such time as she is dethroned at a future event. As you might imagine, Karatsuru has held that position since as long as I can remember. There has, however, been a most unexpected turn of events. Just the other day, Karatsuri announced that she will not only be withdrawing from the festivities, but retiring from the Hanamachi altogether. Rumor has it that she is to be wed. The suddenness of it all has the flower district in a state of array. A state of array, yes. Now, that said, this could very well be the chance of a lifetime for our butterfly. So, I thought, at least, yet for reasons I cannot comprehend, when I asked what she would wear, yet for some reason, what the fuck? So I thought at least, yet for reasons I cannot comprehend, when I asked what she would wear this time, she simply lowered her head and walked away. It is entirely unlike the girl to be so glum, on the eve of what very well might be the chance of a lifetime. Is it possible she harbors worry that she is ashamed to discuss with me? I cannot say, but I would be ever so grateful if you could talk with her in my stead. Poor needleboard. Oh, Mrs. Adair, have you come to congratulate me on my promotion? You're always so kind. Sadly, I am afraid I'm not much in the mood for celebration. Thank you, friend, but have you heard the news, yes? But you have heard the news, yes? Korotsuru is leaving the Hanamachi never to return. However can this be? It embarrasses me to say this, but were it not for Korotsuri, I would not be the Geiko I am today. As a child, I saw her twirl across the stage at the Kugane Odori, and it moved me as nothing I had seen before. In that instant, I knew I would give anything to dance beside her one day. At the book year's banquet, my dream was finally realized. In the end, my performance was not worthy of sharing the same stage. And yet still, deep down, the little girl inside me was giddy as it could be. This is what sustained me as I scrubbed the floors and folded the kimono of girls years my junior, knowing that if I did what was asked of me, the day would come that I could once more stand next to she who taught me everything, and this time proved my true worth. But now that day will never come. And so I have told the young master I will have need of his gifts no longer. To take the stage with his empty heart would only bring shame to him, and to the flower district itself. You have been most kind to me, but I would be alone with my thoughts for a while. Tell the master came May, I'm sorry. Ah, thank the Kami returns. You have spoken with Butterfly, yes? What is it that pains her? I see. Without her rival and role model to bring her focus, Kotocho has lost the will to go on. Poor girl. Why must she torture herself so? That said, it is quite like her. Once she has set her mind to something, she's not easily swayed by words of others. It can be one of her most endearing qualities. And at times like this, one of her most frustrating. As the girl's patron, it is my duty to support her in any way I am able. To this point, this has mostly fucking taken the form of tangible gifts, but it would seem my butterfly requires a different sort of favor from us this day. Mrs. Adair, might you be so kind as to accompany me to speak with Kodotsuru? We may yet be able to convince her to reconsider her decision. She is known to frequent the piers at this time of day. I will be along as soon as I have seen to matters around the shop. Thank you, my friend. Well, if it isn't the adventurer, that fool child always imposing on. Whatever brings you here? Kodotsuru, you must hear us out. A young girl's very life hangs in the balance. Must you always be so dramatic? You're free to make your plea, though I, of course, am free to deny it. I beg of you, Kodotsuru, pray postpone your retirement, if only for a fortnight. Say that you will dance at the Kagane Odori one last time. Forgive me, but I believe this life is my own to live. To tell the truth, I've already put off my marriage quite long enough. Though I am getting no younger, I could not very well leave the Hanamachi without knowing I had a worthy successor, one who could lead the flower district for years to come. But things are different now. There is, at last, one who would follow in my footsteps. She's already a favorite of the crowds, and though once she stumbled, she has risen again, with newfound humility to temper her passion. I would step aside and let her take center stage. Meanwhile, the girl of whom you speak is saying that she would never dance again. This is why we have come to you, Kodotsuru. You must help us save our butterfly. Whatever would you need of me? You are her patron, are you not? It is you and Mrs. Adair who have supported her through her most taxing trials, not I. You are what she herself strives to be. Always so much noise on the street. Oh my god, man. Like the largest freaking vehicles drive past. We may be her patrons and her friends, but you, Kodotsuru, are... you are the one she has always looked up to. And what she herself one day would be. The girl has come far, but she is still a girl. Without you to guide her, to challenge her to be more than she is today, she is as good as lost. One last chance to share the stage with her idol, to prove herself worthy. This is all my butterfly wants. And if she is deprived of it, it will haunt her for the rest of her days. We beg of you, Kodotsuru, do not abandon the child in her moment of need. You would propose another contest. Be forewarned that I would not take the challenge lightly. If I were to defeat her again, who is to say she would not flee the Hanamachi with her tail between her legs? If that is how it goes, it would only show that she was not ready to carry on your legacy after all. If that is the case, it better you learn now than later, no? Indeed, harsher words than I would expect to hear from you, Keimei, and yet there's truth in them. Very well. I will acquiesce to your request. You will see me on the stage at the Kagane Odori. On one condition. Kotocha and I will don the same dress, and dance the same dance, a dance of my choosing. We shall perform the ancient dance that came to Hingashi from Doma in days long past. The Tenyu no Mai. The dance of an angel lured down from her sequestered home in the sky. The Doman custom dictates that all who dance a Tenyu no Mai must wear a tenyu hakaroma. In the classic edition, of course. Simply nothing else will do. Now, Master Keimei, I trust you will be seeing to my attire as well as that of your precious butterfly, yes? But of course, it would be our pleasure, right, Mr. Soder? You may consider it a wedding present from the both of us to you. That said, this is quite unprecedented. I cannot recall the last time a dance of ancient Doma was performed at the Kagane Odori. Much less a time when two leading geiko performed in identical garb. You seek to level the playing field to ensure this is a test of pure skill. Very used to it, Keimei, for all your posturing. At times I look in your eyes and see the man who found me in the tea houses, who brought me my first kimono so many years ago. Father! At any rate, consider all your conditions accepted, Kodotsuru. For all that you have done and will do for my butterfly, I thank you. And with that, I should return to the flower district. I look forward to my presence, Mrs. Adair. Well, that went about as well as could be expected. Still, we haven't any time to lose. Let us meet back at the shop. I will send for Kotocha. S. What is again her name? Kodotsuru just fucking evaporate. It's so warm in here. Fuck. I should put on my air conditioning, probably. It would seem we are all here. Excellent. Kodotsuru, there is something you must know. Wait, young master, before that, there is something I would say as well to both of you. You've been so gracious with me, lavishing upon me presents I scarce deserve, but I fear I can accept your patronage no longer. Whatever passion for my art I once had burns within me no longer, and so I will be leaving the Flower District forever. Wait, my sweet butterfly, have you not heard the news? Kodotsuru has agreed to give one last performance at the Kugane Odori. What's more, she has issued a personal challenge to you. What? Could this be true? She has, however, given her conditions. The two will perform as one the Tenyo no Mai, the dance of ancient Doma, and do so clad in identical Tenyo Hagoromo, fashioned by Mrs. Federa's hand. Can my ears be believed? We'll not only share the same stage with Kodotsuru, but don the same dress and dance the same dance? Change of plans, young master. Your butterfly will not be returning after all. After all, we must send Kodotsuru off in grand fashion, must we not? Mr. There, might I trouble you with one last commission? Those are the eyes, burning with passion, that stole my heart that day. We stand by your side as ever, my butterfly. Pray show us the dance of your lifetime, and give Kodotsuru the wedding present that only you could provide. Young master, Mr. There, words cannot convey my gratitude for all you have done for me. I promise you that this time will be different. No, I will not shirk my training for even a moment. But what am I still doing here? I must begin at once. This will be the final piece I ask of you, my friend. I need not impress upon you the gravity of it all. For my part, I can assure you I have spared no expense in procuring the finest of materials. Fabrics of the purest white, so pure one would think they were weaved by the angels themselves. White to symbolize Kodotsuru's betrothal and Kotocho's rebirth. A traditional garment of the East. It will doubtless be unlike any dress you have fashioned before, but I trust in your talents, and all you have learned since coming here to Kugane. I am most looking forward to seeing your Hagoromo. I'm losing it, my guys. Welcome back, friend. I trust you have come for the fabrics the young master has prepared. They are yours! Sorry, I'm going insane. The Tenyo no Mai, as Doman legend has it, was the first dance to entice an angel down from the castle in the sky in which she has sequestered herself. It is a dance with a storied history. It is not surprising that Kodotsuru, with her deep appreciation for her tradition, would make such a choice. And yet, to my knowledge, it is rarely performed by two dancers in tandem. That is, Kodotsuru is looking to give the audience at her final Kugane Odori the show of their lives. It would seem that the veteran has high hopes for Kotocho as well. But can the young butterfly truly live up to her mentor's demanding expectations? I, for one, will be on the edge of my seat. Alright, I need to make 2 of these. Wow. I mean, it makes sense that I would need to make 2 of these, but it's funny. I somehow did not expect that. Is that what I think it is? I knew I could count on you, friend. A billowy kimono of Far Eastern design named for angelic beings from Hingan folklore. Excellent. I would not spoil the moment by looking upon them here and now. No, I would deliver the dresses to the Hanamachi at once. You have my most sincere gratitude for all you have done for us. Pray, do not miss the festivities. I'm quite certain it will be a spectacle for the ages. Ah, there you are, Mrs. Adair. Kotocho and Kodotsuru are set to take the stage at any moment now. Wow. Just look at them, my friend. Such a thing were possible, I could swear that 2 angels descended from the heavens stand before our very eyes. Every glance, every movement in perfect unison. It's as if the two of them breathe as one. Look at this guy over here, just pogging. Is this still our mortal world we live in? Pray pinch me, friend, that I might be certain I have not been spirited away to a land of dream and fancy. On second thought, stay your hand, for even if we were trapped in a fantasy, never to return whence we came. If I would watch these two for all eternity, I would gladly accept such a fate. I have no words for the beauty I just witnessed, as if I am lost in a dream from which I hope never to awaken. You can thank Mrs. Adair for that. From the moment I wrapped myself in this Hagoromo, it was as if I had truly transformed into an angel. In all my years on the stage, I have never felt as I did this day. It was as if our bodies and souls were one. I know not where one of us ended and the other began, and to think that I almost left the Hanamachi without ever having experienced the rapture of this night. Karatsuri, forgive the headstrong, foolish girl you knew. And know that the woman who stands before you understands that you have done for me the what the fuck, man. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm losing it. It's too warm. Anyway. And know that the woman who stands before you understands all that you have done for me through the years, and thanks you from the bottom of her heart. It would appear a contest has ended in a draw, but I would have it no other way. Once I dreamed of the day when I would surpass you, but today a new dream is born inside me. All that you have given me, I will share with those around me, the young master, Mrs. Adair, and all those in Kagane, citizens and wayfarers alike, who would honor me with their patronage. The flower district will be in safe hands. Farewell, my dear sister, and may happiness fill the rest of your days. Thank you, my dear, but let us save the farewells for the proper occasion, shall we? Or is the shining star of the Hanamachi in such demand that she would refuse an invitation to perform at my ceremony? You know what would make this really cool? If, like, the gap in their dress would be on the opposite side. And that'd be really cool. So that they would be, like, kind of reflections of each other instead of identical mirrors. Oh no, mirrors of each other or instead of reflections. You know what I mean. Miss Adair, you truly outdid yourself this time. No, I've not the words to convey the full depth of my gratitude. With the Karatsuru's retirement, the changing of the guard is complete. Kotocho will assume her place atop the ranks of the Geiko, where she will lead the flower district into a new era. The great changes are coming, no doubt, but I'm confident my butterfly is up to the task. After that ethereal performance, word has it all in the Hanamachi feel the same. I spoke with the girl just before you came. She says that henceforth she intends to perform in both the Eorzean dresses you fashioned for her and a traditional kimono handed down to her by Kototsuru. In this way, she says she would usher the flower district into the future while taking care never to lose sight of the traditions of the past. Ah, now the girl is grown. My apologies, it's unlike me to get so emotional. And this, I do believe, marks the most successful conclusion of our contract. Thank you, my friend, and rest assured that my butterfly will see that your sublime fashions do not go to waste. I do hope that your sojourn in Kagane has been a fruitful one. After all, mayhap your countrymen in Eorzean might take interest in Hingun fashions as we have taken interest in yours. But forgive me, this is but a humble suggestion. Till our paths cross again, safe travels, my friend. Okay, this was actually the quest that took the most amount of time, but it's the one that I enjoyed the most. I feel. Yeah, I like this one quite a lot. But that's also because I like fashion. I have I have full freaking glam plates. I love glam. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode of there. So we were playing Final Fantasy XIV. I'm now going to initiate my air conditioning and get it to make it so my head is a little clear, and then I'm gonna continue with the alchemist stuff in the next episode. Anyway, goodbye.